get started. So just as a reminder, teachers, please have your mics off unless you are coming to the mic to speak. But I would love to have cameras on if all the students are excited to be on camera and teachers know that. If you'd like to put your camera on, that'd be great. It's very fun to see students waving and getting excited. And I know there's all kinds of, there is 35 classes here right now. So let's just give a great big wave before we get started. Big wave. Oh, look at that. Excellent. Thank you so much. And I see a lot of red out there today. Red's my favorite color. Miss Strunk's class, I see a lot of red in that class, and I can't see everybody, but my name is Deneen Diamond, and we are so excited about the event today. I am the lead for the Center of Excellence for Health, and we're going to be talking about allied health helpers today. And teachers, hopefully you received the book and the package, and if you did not receive the book, that's okay, because we're only going to be using it for a very minimal amount of the presentation, and the students can just follow along with me. So we are getting started. And I wanted to say first that you have one more sleep until March break. Who is excited for that? Wow, that is so fun. I know as a teacher, I was very excited for March break. So we are going to get started. Here we go. So I want everyone to put their thinking caps on. Can you put your thinking caps on? Okay, caps are on. I want you to think about, beside nurses and doctors, who else works in our hospitals? I'm going to leave the chat open for a minute, teachers, and I would love to hear from the students who else works in our hospitals. And we're going to call them the Allied Health Helpers today. Who else is out there? One example would be a physiotherapist, and they help us with our bones and make sure that we're strong. Anybody else have anything that they want to? Secretaries. Yes, absolute. Custodians. Beth, what do you see?
We see therapist in the chat and LPN, massage therapist, and a dentist. Some people clean at the hospital. We have paramedics, ambulance driver, pharmacist. Oh my goodness.
Wow. This is a smart bunch, I think.
I think so. Lots of answers. Eye doctors. That's great. Surgeons. Okay. Radiologist. Oh my goodness. That's a big word. Director.
Thank you so much for your answers. They keep coming in. Eye doctors, absolutely. Sometimes, though, it is hard to think about who else works in our hospitals. And we're actually, radiologist, I see that, yes. We're going to talk about a radiologist today. So while we are moving on to the reading piece and the portion of the book, educators, please make sure that your posters are posted around the classroom. If you have some time to do that, if you don't have the posters, don't worry about it because they can just follow along. The chat is busy. Wow. Wow. Excellent. All right, here we go. So take a look at the first 2 pages on the screen. Look at all the allied health helpers. Can anybody guess how many are on those pages? Teachers, if you want to put in the chat or if a student wants to tell us, that'd be great. I keep the teachers moving, don't I? 100. Oh, 71.
71.
That's a lot. Miss Strunk. Miss Strunk's class, you said 44? Huh, brilliant. You got the answer. 44 is right. Wow, I didn't think anybody was going to get that. I'm very, very impressed. Oh, they're still coming in. I'm keeping you on your toes. So on our pages, we have 44 allied health helpers. So I want to just take a minute and take a look at who's there. We have our first responders up in the right-hand corner. We have our environmental services, which people called earlier the custodians. We have our food services. And look on the left-hand side, we have our medical students. Because sometimes we forget that in the hospitals, we have students just like you guys too. And they're learning about all the different allied health helpers. Isn't that cool? So they get to go to school at the hospital. I think that's pretty neat. All right. So here we go. We're going to move on. Now we're in the hospital. Take a look at this page. This is kind of neat because we get to kind of see inside the hospital and the different floors. So somebody, when we first talked about who works there, somebody talked about a secretary. So in the main lobby of the hospital, you can see right in the middle of the page, that's where the administration's assistants are. And they actually help us on where to go. And probably you have gone to a hospital and you needed to be pointed in the right direction. Has anybody gone to a hospital and need to know where to go? Yes, I see those hands up. Okay, well, that's where you go for all the help and they tell you what to do. I want you to take a look in front of the hospital. What do you see? Teachers, if you want to put that in the chat. What's in front of the hospital? It's white. What do you see?
Oh, I see people have written ambulance. That's great. And people.
Yes, there's an ambulance there. And in the ambulance, we have paramedics. And the paramedics actually help us to get to the hospital safe. But we have drivers and paramedics that are in the ambulance. And they get to work in the back of the ambulance to actually give us care while we're driving to the hospital. And you probably see them out there on the road and you can hear them for sure. For me, it hurts my ears. Sometimes I have to cancel them out. Can you cancel the ambulance out right now? Just pretend. Oh, it's loud. Yes, it is. All right, next, look at the top of the hospital. What do you see?
My goodness, someone has got it in there already. But somebody else noticed, Denise, that we have stretchers and gurneys out front as well. That's a great answer.
That is a great answer. Yes, it's a very busy spot. So on top of the hospital, oh, everybody is, yes, there's a helicopter. And do you see the Red Cross at the top of the hospital too? Signs, thank you. Absolutely. So that's where the helicopter actually lands. And did you know that we have helicopters that are actually taking patients to different hospitals across the province? And sometimes they even go all the way to Halifax to a hospital called the IWK. Does anybody know the IWK? Has anybody heard of the IWK? Oh, hands are everywhere. Yes. And that's in Halifax, Nova Scotia. So the helicopters can go all the way to Nova Scotia. And in the helicopter, there are transportation assistants and there are paramedics, and they actually work while they are flying. Wouldn't that be a cool job? Huh, so cool. Now, medevacs is actually the real word for those people that are in the hospital helping. I forgot the word for a minute. Medevacs. Medevacs. Pretty neat. All right, here we go. Now, this is probably one of my favorite rooms in the hospital. Can you guess what it is? There's food. Uh-huh. Absolutely. Miss Gilbride's class is on the ball. Miss Hunt, yes. Excellent. Yes, this is the cafeteria. And what's really neat about the cafeteria is that we have real chefs that work there. There's some I can't speak right now, sous chefs, and there's red seal chefs. So you have to be trained to work there, and that's your job. I think it'd be pretty neat to make food all day and make sure that, you have different options. You want healthy options, you want some options that are moderate, and then you want some treats because we want to try and have a balance. Sometimes in the hospitals, I don't know if anybody's been to the St. John Hospital, they actually have restaurants. They have Pita Pit, and they have Lemon Zest, and they have different restaurants that are actually in the hospital. That's how big this place is. So there's a lot of people helping, and they're considered allied helpers as well. Okay, this is actually a really interesting room to me because it has all kinds of big, big machines. Take a look. It's the radiology department. And somebody said that earlier, and that's a big word. So we're going to talk just a minute about what kind of machines are there. So in the top left-hand corner, we have an ultrasound machine. And an ultrasound machine actually takes pictures with high frequency sound waves of the inside of your body. And it's usually just on one area. So it's usually just on one area that they take pictures. Then we have the X-ray machine. Has anybody been to an X-ray machine? Yeah. Okay. So sometimes we have to get our bones have pictures so that the doctor can help us fix our bones. Sometimes they break, but the good thing is most of the times they can heal back together. That's the power of the body. Crazy, right? Now, look at the bottom left-hand corner. We have the CT, or the left right-hand corner. I don't know my right from my left. The CT or the CAT scan machine. And this uses X-rays to take images of the inside of your whole body. So you actually go in to this machine and then it takes pictures. I just think that is so cool. And these people must be very, very busy. The last one is the MRI. And the MRI machine uses magnetic fields and radio frequencies to take pictures of our bodies too. So that one you go all the way into the machine too. Isn't that neat? The science behind that. So if that's something that you really think is cool, that could be your job. Huh, neat. All right. So teachers, it's now time to get active. Students, are you ready to get active? Yeah? You're done sitting for a minute? Okay, I'm going to get everybody up on their feet. Everybody up on their feet. And next, we are going to go on a hospital tour. This is going to be our pretend hospital tour. So teachers, if you have your posters up, thumbs up. If you don't, that's fine. They can follow along with me. So I would love if you'd like to put your cameras on because this is the part where I get to see the students being active and being really excited about what's happening. So we're going to find the poster that comes up on the screen and you're going to go to that poster or you're just going to stay in the spot that you're at, but you need to be standing, please. So I'm going to give you a minute. I want you to find the respiratory therapist. Respiratory therapist. Do you see it around the room? Ooh, I see a lot of movement. Beth, do you see some movement?
Everyone's doing a great job.
Okay, I
Working
see
hard.
everybody there. Now you need to listen. So what we're going to do is I want you to put your hand in front of your mouth. And I'd like you to breathe into your hand. Just breathe. You probably can feel, it's almost like a tickle on your hand. Yeah, I see someone blowing kisses. I love that. So it's almost like a tickle. So now, are you ready? Are you standing? We're going to do 10 jumping jacks. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, now put your hand in front of your mouth. Hand in front of your mouth. Wow. Do you feel the difference? So that is our lungs working very, very hard. And sometimes people have a hard time breathing because their lungs maybe aren't working as well. And the respiratory therapists are the people that help us breathe. So that's how you can remember. Okay. Next poster, I want you to find the paramedic. Paramedic.
There they go. Off to find the poster. That's great, everyone.
Okay, this one, we're actually going to get you to sit down. I want you to sit right down at the poster. And you might be beside your buddy. That's okay. Sit right down. All right. Now we're going to pretend that we are in a really big vehicle. So we're sitting down. We're going to drive down the street. Let's see your steering wheel. Driving. Oh, we forgot to put our seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on. Okay, we're going to drive slowly, slowly. Oh, there's a sharp turn, so move over. Oh, other side. Oh no, there's something in the road. It's a turkey. Swerve to miss it. Swerve, swerve. Oh, the vehicle stops. We're in the ditch. The turkey's okay. He ran away, but now we're in the ditch. We don't know what to do. What would we do? We'd have to call 911 to get some help. Everybody's in the car okay, but our vehicle is stuck. The tire is off and we don't know what to do. So we call 911 and a paramedic will come to help us because they don't just help when we're hurt, but they come to accidents to make sure that we are okay. And the good news is everybody is fine and even the turkey because we have to be careful on those roads. All right, next. Physiotherapist. This is my favorite. Find the physiotherapist poster. Oh my soul, there's a lot of activity. I love it. Okay, at the physiotherapist, we're going to stand. We're going to be standing. But this one, we're going to think baseball. Anybody a baseball fan? Yes. It's the World Series. Bottom of the ninth. 2 out and the bases are loaded. We are in a 2-2 tie game. Oh, pretty crazy. You are up to bat. So let's take our bat. Okay, let's pretend we have our bat. You need to be careful of the people around you. Here comes the pitch. Are you ready? Hit it. Oh my goodness. It's a home run. Run on the spot. Run, 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 run. Running around the bases. Oh, I see some people running around the bases. I like it. Oh, stop. You got in and you won the game. But now your leg hurts. Oh, the back of your leg hurts. So after the game, you're going to call a physiotherapist and they are going to fix your leg so you feel better. So that's what a physiotherapist does. Sometimes we pull muscles, sometimes we hurt our bones, but the physiotherapist can really help us get back to where we want to be so we can get back with our team. You guys are doing so well. All right, next one. Red Seal Chef. Okay. Red Seal Chef. Mr. Mills, thank you for being so active with that camera. I see you. Thank you. All right. Now, We are at the Red Seal Chef. We need to wash our hands. Are you ready? Wash our hands. And when we wash our hands, we should sing happy birthday. But for this, we're just going to pretend that we've done that. We're going to get out our bowl. Where's your bowl? Show me your bowl. Awesome. Bowl's right in front of you. We're going to prepare some mashed potatoes. So when you make mashed potatoes, you got to mash them. Mash those potatoes. Good. Now we're going to put the mashed potatoes in 8 bowls. Pretend you have 8 bowls in front of you. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's a lot of potatoes. Now we have to put some 3 bowls for people that can't eat the milk. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Now we have to make 3 without butter. Oh, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Our work is done. So the Red Seal Chef is somebody that makes sure that everybody can get something that they can eat, because there's a lot of sensitivities. And I bet you there's some sensitivities in this classroom, because I have sensitivities too. All right, here we go. We're getting close to the end. Medical lab technologist, medical laboratory technologist. Can you find that poster? Okay, we're going to pretend to put on our lab coat. Can you put on your lab coat? Now we got to pretend to put our gloves on. Put those gloves on. And now we need some goggles. Keep those goggles up there. And we're going to look into a microscope. Look into a microscope. Pretend. And this person is going to tell us what they see in our blood. Isn't that cool? And in this case, we need more iron. So I wonder what we would eat if we needed more iron. Teachers, the chat is open. I'd love to hear the answers from the students. What would we need to eat if we needed more iron in our blood? That's a hard one. This is tough.
That is a hard one. Oh,
Cereal.
wow.
Well, some cereals, yes.
Great. Yeah. Broccoli.
Broccoli, yes.
Chicken nuggets. What do you think about that, Denise? Fruits and
yes.
vegetables. Meat. Green veggies. Wow.
Oh my soul. You folks are smart. Very smart. I'm just being mindful of time, so I'm going to skip over a few, and we are going to go to the audiologist. The audiologist. This is really important. Audiologist. Okay. This one's a special one. All kinds of answers coming in. Thank you. And what a neat question to ask students. And you can continue this after the session for sure. So an audiologist. So I need everybody to be quiet in the classroom. I'm going to speak super soft. And I'm going to whisper some words. You can use your ears to try and see if you can guess them. Are you ready? Watermelon. What did I say?
Oh,
crocodile.
Mrs. Oliver's class can hear you. And Mrs. Sampson, that's good. They're using their ears.
Basketball. Last
There we
one.
go.
Purple. So the neat thing about audiologists is that they don't only help our ears, but they also help our eyes because we have to use both when we're listening, right? And sometimes our ears have something that are not right with them and it's hard for us to balance. Can anybody do a statue of a balance? I'm ready. Statue, go. Keep it still. Still, still, still. Nice and tight. And relax. Perfect. Excellent. Oh, my soul, I'm running out of time. Here we go. We're going to go to our riddle. So I would like all the students to go back to where they started. Go back to where you started on the mat or in your seat. We have a couple little riddles to see what you learned. And there's a cheat sheet. All of the answers are on the posters. Okay? So if you get stuck, you can look around the classroom. Here's riddle number 1. I'm trying to go slow, educators. I really am. Linda loves to skateboard. Unfortunately, when she was doing a 360 loop, she broke her ankle. Oof. Her ankle is better, but she's having trouble using it like she did. What allied health helper can help her get back on her skateboard and doing tricks? So, out of all the posters, what allied health helper can help Linda? Chat is open.
Oh, we have some answers coming in already. Very good, everyone.
What's the answer, Beth?
I think everybody has said physiotherapist. Great
Wow,
job.
you are smart. Next riddle. George has not been feeling well, and his doctor thinks he may have an infection. So he has sent him for blood tests. George's blood is sent on to this allied health helper who can do tests to see if they can uncover why George has not been feeling healthy. Who is going to help George? So remember we talked about blood? Who's going to help George?
I'm going to put my goggles on for this one.
Oh, yes. It's a tough one.
Mrs. Hunt's class has got it. Great job. All right, lots of classes are saying laboratory technician.
And guess what? Medical lab technology is a full week. We celebrate in April. So teachers, if you want more information on that, you let me know and I can send you some information for your students. All right. Allied Health riddle number 3. Pete loves soccer. He has noticed lately, however, that the more and harder he runs in practice, he seems to be having a harder time to breathe. This one's a little bit of a tricky one. Which allied health helper can help Pete with his breath so he can play the game that he loves? So remember we were talking about our breath? We did some jumping jacks? Yes.
There we go, everyone. Great job.
Awesome.
We have respiratory therapist. It's overwhelming.
Good job.
Very well done.
Respiratory therapist. You are right. Last one. Vera loves going for walks and hikes in the beautiful New Brunswick. Vera, however, has had to pause during those because she often feels dizzy and she has to sit down. Which allied health helper would be able to help Vera so she can get back on those hiking trails? This is the hardest one. Remember we talked about dizzy in our ears? Oh, my soul, you folks are smart. Smart, smart, smart. Audiologist. Absolutely. Well done. Give yourselves a round of applause. The riddles are done. Good job. All right. So Last question, and then there's an activity that you can do after this call with your teachers. How does knowing more about allied health helpers help me and help you? Why do we need to know about all these different allied helpers? This is a good question. I want to hear what the answers are from the students. It's a tough one. Why do we need to know about these people? In case we need help, yes. So you know the right person to see.
Good one. In case you need to go to the hospital, if you ever need them, in case you get hurt. That's wonderful. We kind of hope that we never need to see these people, right? But if we do, it's good to know. Because they're great helpers in our community. That's great.
You guys have learned so much today, and you know that all of our allied health helpers are needed in our community because we need them to stay healthy and strong. Give me a pose. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Nice. Look at the muscles. We need to be able to stay strong. Now, this is the last piece, and then I'm going to say goodbye. But teachers, please utilize the book that we sent you because there's all kinds of different ways that you can put that into your classroom and have your outcomes covered. So now we're going to get creative. And teachers should have these two handouts. And I'm just going to read what I'd like you to do. But teachers, this can be done after the call. Next, we are going to create our own allied health helper. We want you to choose one of the allied health helpers that we talked about today. So probably you're thinking, you know what? I would love to be a chef. That's what I'd like to do. Or maybe I would love to be a physiotherapist. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw what that looks like on your person on the page, and you need to make sure that you have all the safety equipment, all the uniforms that you need to keep yourself safe. And then you can put your person into the hospital. And what would be even neat is if we could put them around the school so you folks who are the experts now can teach the other students about the allied health helpers. Because you guys learned a lot and you know a lot now, right? So you have a lot to share. So make sure you go home, tell your families about the allied health helpers, and tell them how it's really important to have them in our community. You guys did a wonderful job. Wonderful, wonderful job. Students, I would love one more last wave. I know I'm over time. I try to stay on time, educators. I'm sorry, but please give me a wave. Thank you. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I hope that maybe some of you become allied health helpers in our future. I see some. Wow. Have a beautiful day. Remember, educators, the post assessment is going into the chat. Please take time to fill out the post assessment. This was my very first K-2 live call, and it was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Great job.
Have a great day. Have a great March break. Have a great day. Beth, you put that post assessment in there?
Yes, we'll do right now.
Okay.
Do you want to stop the recording? Hey, Janine.